All right. Well, welcome everyone. I'm Jenny Fasolino with Blue Yonder. We are a leading supply chain platform company, so you can check us out. I'm very excited here. So my story will be a very quick and succinct snippet that hopefully you all find amusing and you might end up doing at your own company. So my required slide, here we go. Blue Yonder, if you want to check us out, one word, blueyonder.com. A lot of goodness there. What I find a little bit more appealing is hopefully we've got a cute video on how supply chain Santa is using Blue Yonder to make things happen. And then every Wednesday we have a dive in blog, so diversity, inclusion, value, equality blog that's written by our associates themselves, and they're really sharing some cool stories. So that's the latest one that came out today. All right. So what I'm going to talk to you guys about is I think we're all in the same boat, no matter what size company we are, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, whatever it may be. Whether you're a national company or international, for us, we're global. We have about 5,000 associates around the world. We've got 40 offices. So even before COVID, right, we had to deal with a mix of people who are in an office, working from home, at a client site, that whole deal. And then, of course, COVID hit, and it became even more important that we figure out how do we stay connected. So what I'm going to show you today is, here's my teaser, and then I want to explain a little bit more. So we started back in October of 2020, a thing called True Blue Interviews. And this is not like a half an hour interview. This is a very quick online virtual introduction of associates with one another. So it's 4 standard questions, and then you can upload whatever picture you want. Of course, work appropriate, but really try to steer away from, we don't want your professional headshot, okay? That's pretty boring. We want a personal picture. It's you, it's your family, it's your furry friends, you're on vacation, you're doing your hobbies, whatever it may be. So to that end, you can imagine if we're doing this every Tuesday, 10 associate introductions, you're going to meet 520 colleagues. And I think that's pretty cool, right? Because you wouldn't normally, even if we were all in person in the office, you're not going to meet over 500 people. So let me show you the recipe on how you might be able to do this yourself. It's all simple, your Microsoft tools, I know you all have them. So use your MS form, create a very quick questionnaire. You got 4 questions. In our case, you asked to upload a photo. Some people even uploaded videos. It's totally flexible, right? And so now you know everything's safe and sound. It's in the cloud. And you also, if you wanted, can get an automated email notification. So I know when I've gotten some new submissions. So that's always fun to read up. Now, how you might actually then get that survey out into the world is you could, of course, just have it available. But you also, I find it's really helpful to just do a little one-on-one request with people. And, when I first started this, of course, I went to my immediate friends and colleagues. So the first 100 or so posts are like people that I actually really, really know. And then as we expanded, I'm literally just pinging people that I do not know at all, but they are of different teams, different regions, because I want to get to know them as well. So Excel, of course, is our friend. So you can just zip off all of the submissions that you get. And I like to kind of look through it so I can curate who I'm going to post, those 10 every week. I wanted to make sure it's diversity of gender, geography, and team. If you're a smaller company or you just don't want to go to that kind of level of scrutiny, you can just always take the latest 10, right, and post it. So then I'll show you, obviously, we have the actual Yammer Post. Again, with your company, whatever kind of cute hashtags to bring some appeal. Ours are True Blue Interviews and True Blue Tuesdays. And then I'll show you how you can, again, kind of re-promote, right? We all know that we use multiple channels to communicate, try to get the biggest bang for your buck. So we have a SharePoint site that kind of shows the latest 10 interviews, and then it'll circle you back to Yammer. So it just kind of keeps encouraging the communication and the various channels. And then kind of organically, we found that some of these associate introductions are just so amazing that with their approval, we also would blast them off into social media, right? So Instagram and Facebook to promote our culture, our people, and then now they're connecting with people outside of Blue Yonder. All right, so here's the first recipe, right? You've got your MS form. I just use one of the, readily available backgrounds. Again, haha, Blue Yonder, blue sky, that whole thing, right? But there are questions, standard questions for people to answer, and then upload their favorite photo. This is just an example, you figure out something kind of fun and nice to reach out to people. I don't even know this person, didn't matter. And just it started the conversation going. If they have any questions like, do I have to do this right now? When do you need it by? And I'd always make them feel at ease that it was totally flexible. I'm posting every Tuesday. I plan weeks in advance, so just get it done when you can. So here's our SharePoint site for internal communications. It's got everything you can think of related to that. But what I'm trying to show is that we had a section here. You literally click the smiley face and boom, you're in the MS form. So couldn't make it any easier. So aside from kind of reaching out one-on-one, you can also have it self-service and people can come and just fill out the form themselves. And so here I just wanted to showcase some examples. So we've got people from all over the world. Andrea, she's in Mexico. She's only been with us for 2 years. Write her fun facts, really cute photo. Then we've got people where they're sharing their families. And here's someone who's been with us for a very long time, 16 years. And what I'll just share is that at a minimum, you're going to get at least a couple hundred views. But we have had like this one, for example, Prakash's, he had over like 2,000, 3,000 views. And I don't know any other vehicle where you're really going to get an introduction of yourself to that many of your colleagues. So it's a lot of fun. And you'll discover your people are really amazing, the things that they've done and what they do in their personal time. I like to mention like Dawn, in my mind, Dawn, she's in finance, right? She's a numbers person, maybe, very conservative, but of course, on her personal time, she's on the road, she's doing all sorts of cool things. And I love it when we see our Blue Yonders family. So it kind of reminds me that when we have any new babies in the families, we like to say they're a future Beyonder. So maybe this little daughter will become one as well. All right, so back to the SharePoint site is another way of kind of looping and getting more energy out of these posts is we have a section, and with a workflow, it's able to show the latest 10 True Blue interviews. So it's just a quick photo, right? So I don't want to make it too wordy, but then it attracts your attention. And then you can just click on that blue arrow at the bottom and where you see the star, and boom, you're back into Yammer. You're reading more details on each individual introduction. So we've discovered, again, really interesting people at our company. Of course, they're talented for what they do in their role here at our company, but also for what they do in their personal time and really provide some clarity on, like, if you were to join Blue Yonder, who are you going to be working with? And also, why are they working here? Like to hear from them in their own words. And we also are showcasing it in Facebook. So my key takeaway of the story, if you wanted to do this yourself, is that Yammer really is a great tool to connect, right? And for us, it was so important that we learned how to get to know each other. I'm imagining we've had a lot of hiring people during COVID. I can't even imagine what it would be like in that they haven't even met their managers in person, or they haven't even been to one of our offices. So we really need to figure out a way to have a warm welcome for these folks. And then kind of the bonus was, wow, this really makes for great content for our company itself, our culture and people. And with their approval, we were able to share this out loud in the ecosphere of everywhere. And so I wanted to just kind of re-emphasize that Blue Yonder, we're a culture, not a company. And in the spirit of connecting, I'm more than happy to connect with anybody out there who would like to learn more about this topic or kind of other ways that we are using Yammer at Blue Yonder. That's it, short and sweet.